Good evening, viewers. Welcome along to third night in a row I'm streaming. Must be a record for me. But, yeah, welcome along. Tonight, a little bit different to what we normally do. Be no driving, no actual gameplay in this live stream. Don't run away now. But, yeah, what we do on these Monday nights, on the Monday nights after our rallies, is we do the results live on stream. We have a nice spreadsheet here that we plug the results through, I suppose, and that gives us our championship standings and our results and our statistics. So that's what we do on these Monday nights. It allows you drivers, or fans, if you're not really driving in the series, it allows you to see how we do it. And if you have any questions specific to the league or specific to what I'm doing with the spreadsheet, you can go ahead and ask. Yep, so we've just done Rally Corsica, or Rally Mediterraneo as it's referred to in game speak. And it is our 10th round of the season. We've got 3 to go of our first Sim Rally Masters. Just getting a little bit more comfortable here. Right, okay. So let's get to it. Hello Vaha, hello Sam. Welcome back, guys. Okay, right. So the first thing we're going to do is cue the music. Right, okay. So, we've got to download all the CSVs first. Hello, Marco. Right, let's do WRC first. It is safe to say that this one was probably one of the more tricky rallies of the season. Safari was really, really difficult, but that was more down to endurance and tyre wear, whereas this rally was tricky because it was Rally Mediterraneo. That'd be, you know, that'd be agreed upon by everyone, I suppose. But it's not everyone's cup of tea, this rally. I suppose if you're a tarmac specialist, you do like it. But if you're a bit of a neutral or an outright loose surface fan, then I imagine this is not the rally you would have liked. And we had a lot of DNFs in this rally. We can say that right from the word go here. Right. Okay. Right, let's start importing some results then. And what we do is we go through the kind of top 3 of each category, each stage as we go along. Right, okay. I know we have got... I know we have got some penalties to hand out, but not for Merlin. You've just done a new car there. And we got Arto here. Oh, how come he's not in here? Oh, I haven't done his yet then. Okay. Let's get Arto in here. I thought I did insert him in here. Never mind. WRC. Okay, this should be okay-ish now. No, not quite. Wrong name. All good. Right, and the car, Subaru Impreza 98. Yep, all good. Right, we do have some people in the wrong car down here. Okay, maybe some returning faces here. 98. That'd be why. Okay. He's okay, his seat wasn't replaced. Okay, just a little bit of admin here. before we get going. I think Kankinen goes there. I think he does anyway. But it's a DNF anyway for Henrik, and in the wrong car. Fantastic. So it'd have been DQ anyway. And this one's in the wrong car as well. Peugeot Focus 208. Tut tut. It's meant to be in the kit car as well. Oh dear. Okay, so two DQs right from word go, but they didn't start anyway, so I'll probably just discount them from here anyway. Okay, everything else seems to be okay. Let's get the kit cars in here. Wasn't looking at the chat. Hold on. Indeed. Indeed you do. Hello, Dan Man. Welcome along. Right, kit cars now. Yeah, there we go. But in the Citroen. Oh, Jesus. So, I did instruct this person to take part in the set of Ibiza. Never mind. Right, what we'll do with those that have taken the wrong car is we will ignore them. Because I doubt they would have rejoined anyway. Okay, right, France. Here we go. No road sweeping in this rally. With it being a tarmac rally. Okay. Looking good. Right, okay. So let's run down our order from the start of the rally. So Daniil Svikoshkin, Dingobi as he's referred to as on RaceNet, and driving as Marcus Grunholm, leads the rally with a very, very good starting stage time, 4-second lead. From Jesus Perras, driven by Peter Gordon in the Citroen Xara, and Matthias Janti driving Francois Delacour in third place. The first of the kit cars to this point is Stephen Bailey driving as Martin Rowe, and just behind, about 3 seconds behind, is Radek Borek. In CA2, good start for Vaha Hema here, driving as Harry Rovanpera, Damien Daniel as Peter Solberg in second, Duarte Gonçalves as Colin McRae. Ah, Elliot. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. Leader at the kit cars in CA2, Daniel Miklovic, driving as Gwindaf Evans. Fifth place in category as well, so a good start for Daniel. And I do understand that the kit cars had quite a nightmare when it came to tyre wear. Excuse me. I do think that San Remo shouldn't have those issues. Based on the itinerary we're going to be putting out to you on Wednesday. Okay, CA3. Another leader, driving as Marcus Grunholm. Denis Zukov, who is leading the championship in CA3 at the moment. Good start to the rally, a 9-second lead right from the word go. And I know already Denis has had a very good rally here, so keep an eye on his times. Second place held by a kit car, Tapio Laukkanen, driven by Drew Buxton, who is Ben Godrium on overtake.gg. He does all the cool mods for this championship, and of that era, he does the majority of the liveries, to be honest. Rodrigo Portugal driving as Didier Auriol, both bold, and both in third place there. Right, that's CA3, and on to CA4. He'll like that banter, trust me. Ondrej Jabrowski, he's had a good rally here, I think. So, yeah, first place for him as Richard Burns. Samuel Ernebro in second place, driving as Tommy Mackinnon. And Christopher Burassen in, was it Burassen? Not sure. Driving as Harry Rovanpera. So, Harry Rovanpera's had a good rally here. And so has Marcus Grunholm. well, first stage. They've had a good first stage. Bit early to tell if it's the rally. Who's leading kit car? I don't think Reef Kerma took part here. He didn't. Yeah, he's missed the rally. Okay. First kit car is Martin Rowe, Mark Wilson. But I do have a feeling none of the CA4 drivers have finished in kit car. And leading CA5 is Lee Perkins. Only just, though. That's very close. Wow. Hello, Crift. Welcome along. Damien. I was trying to line up name with real life name. Okay, right. We can move on from stage 1 now. We haven't got any road sweeping to worry about here. That's always something I'm quite conscious of checking, as you guys know. Okay, stage 2. This is going to be really interesting seeing the ups and downs. You know, the green up arrows, the red down arrows. That's going to be worth monitoring in this rally. Hello, Alan. Welcome along, mate. And hello, Sam. Five. New follower, Mangojim. The man himself. Thank you very much, mate. And that puts us to 280 followers. Thank you very much for following, mate. And thank you very much for the mods. A celebrity has entered the house. You say that, and I was gonna, if it wasn't for Matthias in our group chats for the team, he saved the day for me there. I just wish we all knew at the start of the rally that strategy, but hey ho. Right. Okay, so that's everyone in there. So it's partially my fault that I have, so I'm sorry about that. There we go, we've already got people jumping around in CA1 there. A little bit in CA2. Yep, lots jumping around in CA3. Not so much in CA4, but still a little bit. Yeah, it was that. My original strategy, Sam, was going to be to use the hard tyres from stage 6 through to 8, and then wets for 9, and then softs, or mediums, shall I say, for stage 10. And then Matthias came along with the strategy that I half followed, but the only difference between me and him was I went with wets on stage 8, he went with mediums on stage 8, and I went with mediums on stage 10, he went with wets on stage 10. So that's why we swapped over on those two stages. Hello, Andrak. Welcome along, mate. Right, okay, let's have a rundown of stage 2 then. Marcus Grunholm, Daniel Svagoshin, we're going to be saying this a lot throughout the rally until later on in the rally. Leads the rally 12 seconds from Thomas Radstrom, not traditionally a tarmac. Not traditionally quick on tarmac, but Thomas Billman is. And he puts it into second place, just ahead of me in third position. We're both close together, 12 seconds back though. First of the kit cars is Martin Rowe, Stephen Bailey. CA2, Peter Solberg takes the lead, Damien Daniel, and Peter Solberg did win the French rally in 2003. He crashed on the shakedown, actually, and his car was ripped to shreds and got repaired, and he went on and won the rally. Brilliant. One of his best drives, actually, I'd say, ever. Let's see if Damien replicates that. Right, Harry Rothenpera, driven by Varahima, drops to second position, and up 5 places on that stage to third. Tommy Mackinnon, driven by Quinton Vizela. Highest of the kit cars, you guessed it, it's Gwyndaf Evans, Daniel Miklovic. in 7th overall in category. In CA3. Oh, it could have been, yes. Yeah, Sam, you could be right there. I didn't really... Obviously, I knew I put maximum deg on to make conditions worse. But yeah, you could be right. That might have affected tyre wear a little bit. That's a good point. Right, CA3. Denis Zukov driving Marcus Grönholm in first. Up to second place goes Rodrigo Portugal as Didier Auriol. And up 4 places to third is Simon Yovi as Francois Delacour. Down to fourth, but still quickest of the kit cars, is Drew Buxton as Tapio Laukkanen. Still first of CA4 with a 10 plus second lead, Andrzej Jabrowski as Richard Burns. Didier Auriol as, or Evenji Sinatov as Didier Auriol, up 2 places to second, and down to third goes Samuel Ennebro as Tommy Mäkinen. Leader of the kit cars is still Mark Wilson as Martin Rowe. And leading CA5, a swap between Arto Oyoleto and Lee Perkins. Okay, stage 3. Oh, let's get rid of the wrong car peeps. Okay, stage 3. Something I may have forgot to do on this one. Yeah, I think I did. I forgot to put 15 minutes for these Dunf times. Okay, all good. Right, so let's run down the order at stage 3. Marcus Grönholm, Daniel Strokoshin still leads the rally. In second place is me. That's driving as Filip Bukowski. Thomas Radstrom as Thomas Billman drops to third. Still leading the kit car class, Martin Rowe, Stephen Bailey. Other kit car drivers in here, so we got Natalie Johnson in here, Radek Borek, and Mika Salonen in here. Okay, cool. CA2, Petter Solberg, Damien Daniels still leads the rally, now by 2 seconds. Vahima Harry Rothenper is still in second, and still in third is Quinton Vazeli as Tommy Mäkinen. Daniel Miklovic as Gwyndaf Evans continues in 7th in class, but leading the kit cars in CA2. Marcus Grönholm, Denis Zukov now got a 13 second lead from Rodrigo Portugal as Didier Auriol still there. Up to third overall in class, the kit car driver of Drew Buxton as Tapio Laukkanen. Dropping a lot of positions in that stage was Simon Yovi. CA4, Richard Burns, Andrzej Jabrowski still leading the rally by near 20 seconds. Brilliant rally so far. Samuel Ennebro in second position. Up from third place, and up from fourth place to third place is Jukka Mikkonen as Marcus Grönholm. So is that every category that... not quite. CA2 hasn't got a Marcus Grönholm in the top 3, but nearly every category. That's pretty... Yeah. Considering he's rank 2, you would think that those drivers could get themselves up to those positions, wouldn't you? So, yeah, very fitting. Especially this... CA4 category, they're drivers you would expect to be at the top, aren't they? Especially, you know, this one here. Yeah. Okay, right. Stage 4. it's quite a shame that we got drivers driving in the wrong cars for the first time this season as well. Yeah, what we're going to have to do for here is we're going to have to see, like, the level of drop-offs when we get to the end, to see how many DNFs there were per stage. I'm sure we can figure that out. Let's just do the 15s here. Yeah, start versus the finish, but also as each stage goes by, just see that graph kind of tip off. I think that'll be quite interesting to see. I've already done that. Oh, hang on. We've got someone who's had a disconnection. There we go. So if Jenny drops off, that's a bit of a shame. Hasn't reported a time to me. So we'll get the average of category plus 1 minute. So we'll do it this way. Just speed it up a little bit. Could do an average if, but yeah. Right. Alright, 51.601 goes up by a minute, and I highlight these in red normally just so people, or even I, know that this person's had a manually inputted time. Keeps Jenny still in the rally, I guess, with 8th place, but it's a bit of a bite to the backside, I suppose. Losing a minute, at least. It would, the extra load on the front, but yeah. Right, okay, so a rundown of stage 4. Daniel Svekoshin as Marcus Grenholm leads. Back up to 2nd place goes Thomas Billman as Thomas Radstrom. Back into 3rd place goes Mathieu Cianti as Francois Delacour. And this numpty here drops to 4th place. Did I even have a bad stage on 4? Oh, that might have been where I piled it into the wall, wasn't it? I think it was that one. Oh, did we? Did we? Not quite. You sure? Yeah, almost. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And Stephen Bailey leading the kit cars by quite some margin, actually. So looking unstoppable here is Stephen Bailey on his way potentially to a championship in the next rally. Who knows? Who knows? Quite a few drivers might be picking up championships either tonight or at the next rally. There will be some championships that go down to the wire, though, which is good. Right, up into 1st place goes Vahahima as Harry Rovanpera. Down to 2nd goes Damien Daniel as Petter Solberg. And up 3 places to 3rd is championship leader Argo Tamayogi as Carlos Sainz. Up to 5th place in the overall, but leading kit cars is Daniel Miklovic as Gwyndaf Evans. Well on his way, maybe winning the championship tonight, but it's probably not going to be, because I think Kirali here has done enough to keep it going to San Remo, I think. In CA3, Marcus Grunholm leads another category, and that's piloted by Denis Zukov. Rodrigo Portugal, not such a good stage for him there, but still holds 2nd place, and still holding 3rd place overall and leading kit cars is Tapio Laukkanen, Drew Buxton. Great rally so far for Drew. Doesn't finish though, to my awareness. Dravoshki leads by 21.5 seconds as Richard Burns from Tommy Mäkinen, Samuel Earnbro, and still in third place, Jukka Mikkonen, Marcus Grönholm. First of the kit cars, still Martin Rowe, Mark Wilson. And very close, not very close actually, 40 seconds between them. But cutting the deficit a little bit is Lee Perkins to Arto Oyaleto in first position. Stage 5. Are we on stage 5? Yes. And then once we've done that, that'll be the halfway points. Yeah, are we going to see people win the championship their championships tonight? I'm going to go with no. Now, Reef Kerma won CA5 kit cars last week. He's won the championship, and that might be why he hasn't turned up tonight. But I got a feeling nobody else has or will win their championships tonight. But we might get a fair few next week at San Remo. Well, not next. Yeah, next week at San Remo. So there's no rally this week, but next week there is. Right, is this where we get the wet weather? Or was that stage 6? No, this was the stage we got the first of the wet weather, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay, so it's going to be interesting to see how things change from here. Okay, let's sort. The painful thing for you kit car drivers to think about is we nearly made this rally longer. So I think it was either Asco or Ponte were in this rally, which is the big massive stage at Corsica. And we decided to tone it down a little bit because we thought it was too long for the WRC drivers. We did think about you guys, I'm joking. Right, a rundown of this stage. Oh dear. Right, okay. Right, the top 3, the top 2 unchanged. Daniel Frikoshin still leads from Thomas Billman, and it's a swap of positions again between myself and Matti Cianti. We're going to see more of that later on, trust me. Down to 8th overall, but still leads in the kit cars, Stephen Bailey as Martin Rowe. Swap of positions between Damien Daniel and Vahahima, or Petter Solberg and Harry Rovanperä. Carlos Sainz, Argo Tamiyogi still in 3rd position. Down 2 places overall, but still leading kit cars is Gwyndaf Evans, Daniel Miklovic of the CA2 drivers. Yeah, we all did, didn't we, Steve? We all had plenty of wets left. Marcus Grönholm, all unchanged in the top 3 here. Denis Zukov, Rodrigo Portugal, and Drew Buxton. Not too distant are the 2 kit car drivers here, Drew Buxton and Sam James, so let's just have a little look there. It's quite a gap actually. Positions wise it's looking alright for them too. Okay, right, CA4, sorry, unchanged for them as well. So on the wet stage, presuming everyone has gone with wet tyres on this one, I can't imagine anyone not going with wet tyres at this point. But Jaboshki, Earnbro and Mikkonen hold the top 3 still, and Mark Wilson still in first for the kit cars, but close behind? No, not quite. Got quite a big lead actually in kit cars from Brian Patterson. Okay. We're on stage 6. Just rehydrate. Oh. Always worth trying something different, eh, Alan? Right, okay, we're on the longest stage of the rally now. It was fully intended for this rally to be quite painful. Hello, Polly Chill. Mikhail. Didn't recognise the name, sorry. Okay, right, so we've got to change these 25s into 30s because it's an over 20-minute stage. Okay, we'll do the sorting. Welcome along, Mikhail. Welcome along. Right. Lots of unique chatters tonight, which is good for this Twitch algorithm. Thank you very much, guys. Ah, that's not... Yeah. The crashing in shakedown is... I was going to say not recommended there. Of course it's not. But yeah, that ruins your rally, effectively. Crashing in shakedown. Okay, right. A rundown after stage 6. Daniel Shvukoshin leads by 49 seconds at this point, dominating the rally. After the longest stage of the rally and the end of Saturday's stages, this is. Up into second place is me as Philippe Bogowski, and up to third place, both the leapfrogging Thomas Billman, Matthias Yanti as Francois Delacour onto the podium spots. Stephen Bailey as Martin Rowe, continuing to lead by a big margin, nearly a minute now in the kit cars. A swap positions again between Vaha Hema and Damien Daniel. Harry Rovanpera versus Petter Solberg there. And still in third place is Argo Tanmayogi as Carlos Sainz. Daniel Meklovic up 2 places to 5th overall and leading the kit cars in CA2. In CA3, that don't look right. That's because we've had a disconnection that I didn't actually notice. Oops. Okay, so Kalen Trina's had a disconnection. Put him in here. He's in CA3, so... let's ignore the 15 minutes. Don't want to do that. Okay, so 16.80. And that's an extra 1 minute. Gains places. That's very strange. DNFs? Yeah, potentially. Yeah. Very strange. Okay. Right, that should fix the CA3 times there. Okay, that looks better. Right, so Denis Zukov, Rodrigo Portugal and Drew Buxton still the top 3 of this stage. This would be where people probably, I imagine the majority of the grid have gone with a dry compound of some sort. It's where it's the next stage where things start kicking off. Just give me 2 seconds, guys. I'm going to close my window because I can hear people shouting outside the house and it's quite annoying, actually. 2 seconds. Noisy yokels. Right, okay, let's get back to work then. Right, okay, so that's CA3, on to CA4, unchanged in the top 3 there again. They're rather split up, these lot are, Boris Jabrowski, Enebro and Mikkonen still. Good one, Sam. Right. Mark Wilson as Martin Rowe still leading in the kit cars. Stage 7. Right, come on. Let's see the excitement take place now. Sunday stages, where the weather was back and forth. Oh, let's just update these. Okay. Whatever I did there, didn't want to do. Okay. Right, one thing I'm going to do is just see, to this point, how many started versus how many are remaining. So, 78 kind of completed stage 1. Started, I suppose. And that drops down to 73. That drops down to 71. 71 remain in stage 4. Quite a few drop off of this one. That's 66. 65. 64. Yep, so we started with 78 and we're now on 64. But there are a couple of drivers here who have actually DNF'd. So, in reality, that number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, that number is actually more like 54. And the ones that actually finished stage 1, it's more like 75. So that's the drop-off at the moment, between stages 1 and 7. Hello, Ralph. You can't sit on my lap, mate. Got a keyboard on my lap. The dog's arrived. Yeah, you won't be able to sit on my lap, mate, I'm afraid. Right. Okay. I did... Did I go through that? No, I didn't go through the results here, did I? Okay. Unchanged in the top 3 of CA1, it is Svekoshin in first, with me in second, and Matthias Yanti in third. And Stephen Bailey up 1 place overall, leading the kit cars. CA2 absolutely unchanged across the board in that category. Fahima in first, with Damien Daniels second, and Argo Tamayogi in third position. There's only 16.5 seconds between them 3 as well, and only 5 seconds between these 2, so that's quite exciting. Denis Zukov in first position for CA3 and up to 2nd place in category, and taking up the rest of the top 3, 2 kit cars. Well done, guys. Drew Buxton and Sam James putting their dent on this category in this stage. Well done, guys. And girls. Sam James, you identify as both, don't you, in this rally? Babs. So yeah, kit cars are brilliant in CA3. And in CA4, unchanged for the top 2, and Gilles Panizzi and Mikko Poikela in the 3rd position. Swap between the 2 teammates at Peugeot there. And up into first goes Alistair McRae, Brian Patterson. Yeah, down 2 places goes Mark Wilson. It's a DNF for Mark Wilson. So from the lead, pretty much the whole rally, drops out. Oof. It's painful. CA5, sorry, I haven't picked on them much. Arto and Lee Perkins, they're fairly close, 16 seconds between them. That could get interesting towards the end of the rally. We'll see. Stage 8, 3 to go. I think there's a lot more drop-offs on this stage. Yes, I think a few more people have dropped off this stage. Dennis would have been contending for a podium in CA1, Sam. That's how good he did on this rally. See what I mean? I think there's a few more DNFs from this stage. I think they've come from... yeah, I think they've mostly come from CA3 and CA4, those DNFs. A couple maybe from CA1. Okay, right. So, still at the top is Daniel Shkoshin. Won every stage, I think, but I think he retires on the next. Spoiler alert. Swap positions again between Matthias Janti and myself. Now, the reason for that is because I went with a different compound of tyre to Matthias, so I lost about 13 seconds, yeah, on this stage. Oh, and leading the kit car, Martin Rowe, Stephen Bailey. The only position changes were me and Matthias in that one, in CA1. I'm really surprised how little the field's moving about in this rally. I thought it was going to be way more. But, you know, so be it. Unchanged in the top three here. Vahima, Damien Daniel and Argo Tamiyogi, top three for CA2 still. And another stage win for Vaha there. A near 10-second lead at this point. And Gwyndaf Evans, Daniel Miklovic in first position for the kit cars. CA3, Marcus Grunholm, Dennis Zukov still leads by 2 minutes. Wow. From two kit car drivers in Drew Buxton and Sam James. Fantastic driving from them two here. More than half a minute gap between them. Wow. Okay, and second and third of WRC is João Sousa and Yanis Pano. Unchanged in the top three of CA4, quite big gaps between them. Jabrowski, Ernebro and Boy Keller in first, second and third. Leader of the kit car category is no one. No kit cars have survived in CA4. That's Brian Patterson out of the rally. Yes. So no points for any kit car drivers in CA4. Wow. Sorry. Excuse me. Right, okay. And the gap continues to close up between Oyaleto and Perkins in CA5. Closed up by quite some margin. It's now less than 10 seconds between the two as we get to the final two stages of the rally. So a couple of good battles in some categories. CA2 is still up for grabs. CA1, obviously, as we know. To this point, it's second place up for grabs. But yeah, like I said, there's a lot less moving around in the field than I thought there was going to be. Stage 9. This is the last wet stage of the rally. where I imagine some drivers might have gambled on tyres, maybe. Oops. Hello Dennis, welcome along, and welcome back. Okay, let's sort these, and then we'll change the 16 minutes to 15. Ooh, I think we've got some drama in the CA4 category, I've just seen it, and in the CA1 category. Obviously, I might have spotted that earlier. Of course, these drivers I'm giving 15-minute times to won't be counted in to the final stage of the rally unless they've driven the final stage of the rally. And by that I mean completed. Okay. Wow. There's only 7 drivers still in the kit car, the CA4s at the moment. A bit like the Monaco Grand Prix of 1996 there, isn't it? Right, so it all changes in CA1. Daniel Shvakoshin retires from the rally on that stage from a 1-minute lead. Only a 1-minute lead? I thought it was more. Okay, yeah, a 1-minute lead, yeah. So now, taking the lead of the rally is Matthias Janti, Francois Delacour, who has won Tour de Corse before, but so has Philippe Bogalski. So I think Francois Delacour won it in 1994? '93. Philippe Bogalski won it in 1996 and in 1999. Jesus Perras won it in 2001. But yeah, lots of French winners here, especially Didier Auriol. But we might not we might not get a Didier Auriol winning this one in our version of it. Okay, and third place taken up by Thomas Billman as Thomas Radstrom. A stage win for Thomas there. And in the kit cars, it is a 6th place for Stephen Bailey, Martin Rowe, and continues to finish in the top 6 there. Will get big points, WRC points as well, which will help Renault Megane in the Constructors' Championship. Mind you, they've got 2 on the go. Right, up into first place in CA2 goes Damien Daniel as Petter Solberg. A bad stage from Vahima, 20 seconds off the pace there, drops to 3rd place, and up into 2nd goes Argo Tamiyogi. Carlos Sainz, the championship leader, remember. So, big position move for Argo there. And Miklovic as Evans leads kit car still. Yeah, that'll be it. 20 seconds loss is quite... I think it's about a... Yeah, it's about a 20-second loss on a stage this length and this time duration. But it's about 10 seconds you lose on wets in the dry, I think. I think that's kind of the way it works now. Well, with these cars it does anyway. Right, in CA3, Denis Zukov, 2-second lead, very comfortable heading into the final stage. Drew Buxton leads the kit cars to this point with 1 stage to go. And I know what happens. Sam James as Barbara Armstrong, 2nd place in kit cars, in 3rd place overall. And 2nd and 3rd in WRC is João Sousa and Yannis Panu. Okie dokie. You were 2nd on that stage, Sam. But I imagine in category, yes. But second place, still very, very good. Yes, for F2, yes. It was not your first of the season. Oh, overall, you mean? Do you mean kit cars, or do you mean... Still good. Still real good. Quite convincingly, actually, in front of all the WRC drivers. Ah, fantastic. Well done. Hang on. Yes, you did, yes. Well done. That's fantastic. CA3 driver winning outright in kit cars. Well done, Sam. Well done. There's been quite a few... Steve's obviously done fantastic in CA1. Miklovic has done great in CA2. Won outright in the category. And you, Sam, and Drew, doing very well in CA3 for kit cars. It's been a very impressive season from the kit cars. It's alright, the humble brags will continue with me after the next stage. Right, Jabrowski in first place, followed by Samuel Innebro in second place in CA4, and back up to third place after a 1 minute time penalty, effectively, because of a disconnection. Back into third place goes Evgeny Sinatov as Didier Auriol. Brilliant comeback there from Sinatov. I was about to say leading the kit cars in CA4, but I don't think there are any. No, there aren't. And a swap of places in CA5. Very good stage from Perkins compared to Oyeleto. Into the lead goes Perkins. Rightio. Final stage. Dramatic rally. In the form of DNFs it is, anyway. And we got San Remo next, Japan. The stage is being used there. What's our feelings for that one then, everyone? I mean, you haven't seen the itinerary yet, but... oh my word. 38 finished the rally from 75 starters. Yeah, nearly half have dropped off. Hello, Ralph. Ralph is right there in front of the keyboard. You can't sit on my lap, mate. You might be able to after this one. Just hang fire, mate. Hang on. Right, okay, let's do the sorting. But yeah, nearly half the grid have dropped off in this rally. That's insane. I think that's more than we had at Monty and Safari. Greece was hard as well. You asked, is there mixed strategy at San Remo there? Kind of, but not quite like Tour de Course. Now, you're going to have dry stages, you're going to have wet stages, but I don't think it's going to be as swap and change as this rally was. Just be a little patient, Ralph, okay? Just be a little bit more patient. Right, okay, let's get to it then. Right, so 8 drivers finished in CA1 in the end from 17 starters, so more than half dropped off of CA1. 9 drivers finished in CA2 compared to 13 starters, which isn't a great number, truthfully. I'd like to see that number increase at the next rally. And in CA3, 14 starters, but just look at CA4, 5 finishers. Sorry, I meant 14 finishers, sorry, in CA3. But yeah, just 5 finishers in CA4. CA5 have had the best finish ratio of 66.6%. Maybe a little bit more than CA2, actually, yeah. Right, okay. Right, so let's get down to the results then. Oh, hang on. How many started CA3 and CA4? So 23 started CA3 and 16 started CA4. I'll work out the start to finish ratios and I'll put it on the group and Discord later on, guys. That's crazy. Okay, right, so let's go through the results. Would anyone else like to announce the winner of CA1? No? Okay, great. So the winner of CA1 was myself as Filip Bogowski, taking it on the final stage by taking a different tyre strategy to Matthias. Less than a second between us at the end. I've had plenty of great battles with Matthias, and actually Matthias has probably won more of them between us two over the years. But that was another good battle between me and him throughout that rally. So, yeah, cracking game. Third place, and I believe first time this season, a podium finish for Linus Yarmir as Bruno Thierry. I believe that's right, so well done if so, Linus. And fourth place overall in category, fantastic result. And a kit car win for Stephen Bailey. But yeah, well done to everyone who finished in CA1. These 8 drivers here. Good job. 2 kit car finishers and 6 of them WRC. Damien Daniel wins the Tour de Corse Rally as Petter Solberg. 7.3 second gap in the end. Vahima, the tyre strategy not paying off in there. Sorry, Vaha. Sorry, that's my fault. Sorry. But second place for Vahima as Harry Rothenpera. Swapping places with Argo Tamayogi, Carlos Sainz. Taking crucial points from Argo is Vaha in that one. And a fourth place finish overall in category, and a category win for Daniel Miklovic, and it is not a championship win yet. I can confirm. I just know that from remembering the standings, that's all. But we'll get to that eventually. So we had 1, 2, 3 kit car finishers, and 6 WRC finishers in CA2. Denis Zukov wins by nearly 3 minutes in CA3. Incredible rally. And actually, of the lot, 58-1 is third overall out of everyone. Brilliant, brilliant performance from Denis. Fantastic. Into second place goes João Sousa, leaping ahead of Sam James on the final stage there. Brilliant final stage from Sousa as Sebastian Loeb. I think that's his first podium of the season as well. Sam James, your first podium, overall podium in category, I think, isn't it? But a win in kit car category and a podium in WRC overall in CA3. Well done. Well done. Love seeing that from the kit car drivers. Maximum points. Extending your championship lead. Yep, well done, Sam. On a controller as well, everyone. Bear that in mind. I do need to go back to asking people if they're on controller or not in the entry forms. We'll do that for next season. So that's CA3. And then the 5 finishes of CA4, none of them were kit cars, but the top 3 were Andrzej Jabrowski wins as Richard Burns and continues to lead the championship, I believe. And that was a 44-second win to Samuel Ernebro in as Tommy Mäkinen. And Evgeny Sinatov, despite a disconnection, still manages a podium as Didier Auriol. Well done. And Lee Perkins wins in CA5 from Arto Oyaleto, and both of them we should be able to squeeze into... It's probably going to be CA4 for these 2 drivers, but we'll see what's available to them in the WRC category in CA4. Let me just have a quick nose here. We might have an Impreza 98 available. I think we do have a Mitsubishi Lancer available. So you two might be able to slot into those two spots without leaving these cars. Which makes sense, really. Yeah, unlucky to the DNFs, honestly. Tough rally. Real tough rally. It's brutal. And I'm... I have to reveal that Mediterraneo does feature next season. So, just bear that in mind. Hey, if you can plan a drop round, make it there. But I do have a feeling, actually, that people have purposely missed this rally with it being not their favourite, you know. Okay, right. So let's get down to the business of points then. Just checking this is all okay. Yeah, so with this far right column here, guys, EW, this tells you your overall position in the rally, not just by category. So you can kind of cross-ref that for you. So you can see here the top two in CA2, they were 4th and 5th overall. And you can see 3rd overall was Dennis. That gives you a good idea of where you sit among the whole grid of drivers. Right, okay. 3 rounds to go, guys. There's the results. Winners are myself, Damien Daniel, Denis Zukov, and Andrzej Jabrowski, and Lee Perkins, and kit car drivers, Stephen Bailey, Daniel Miklovic, both P4 in their categories, Sam James, and no one in CA4. Okay, so CA1 standings after 10 rounds and a drop round. Remember, guys, drop rounds are... what's the word? They're implemented, refreshed per round. There we go, we got there. Right, Alan Winterborn did not attend this rally and has 2 0 scores, but is still leading the championship, and that is by 54 points. Now, of course, Daniil Shavakoshin would have scored a nice, healthy 30 points in this one. So it would have been a much narrower championship gap for Alan Winterborn out of this rally. Now, the most points you can get of a win is 30 points, so Alan doesn't need to do much to win the championship at San Remo next time out. He merely needs to concede no more than 6 points, is it? Something like that, yeah. Yeah, no more than 6 points he needs to concede, which is, yeah, is quite a bit, but that's to make it mathematically possible going into Australia. My maths wasn't working then. That's why I need spreadsheets. Right, up into 3rd place goes Matthias Janti. Brilliant. Getting past Victor Bistrick, who retired in that rally. Up to 5th place is myself, as Rasmus and Simon Podra not taking part anymore for some reason. Peter Gordon in 7th place did get a DNF in that one, but I imagine without the DNF would probably be around this region. But yeah, ignore the red markers there, guys. So the red lines and the green lines that are on these spreadsheets, they're not refreshed yet, so they're meant to symbolize the kind of the bracket for promotion into the next category and relegation into the lower category for next season. But it's an ongoing thing to the end of the season, so just bear with it. And it's not quite ready yet because we haven't looked at the results yet. Okay, standings. We'll go to the stats later on. But Tamayogi still leads in the CA2 standings, but the lead has been slashed to just 7 points as Damien Daniel poses a threat to that top spot in the championship with 2 rounds to go. Still in with a chance is Vahahima, but needs some good rallies, needs some a bit of luck potentially for the remainder of the season. 3 rounds to go. Who knows? Who knows? But 23 points back in the top 3. Still up from promotion. Vahima there in 3rd place. We'll get to the kit cars later, guys. Don't you worry. In the CA3 standings, Denis Zukov now leads by more than a championship rally win. So a 40-point gap to Ricard Persson. He didn't have a good rally but finished it and did score points. Rodrigo Portugal didn't score points from a DNF. Stays in 3rd but still in promotion spot. And the top 3 is unchanged. No, it's not, actually. I think Sam Ernenborough has moved into 2nd place, yes, but still leading the championship by 24 points is Jabrowski. Ernenborough in 2nd place takes over Gavin Dobbins' spot in 2nd place there. CA5 standings, this changes all the time, but it just gives you guys a tally of your championship standings. Lee Perkins leads, but if you get moved into CA4, you're taken out of CA5. That's the only thing. But it just gives you a chance to monitor some points scored. Okay, kit car standings. Okay, so I'm just going to check the formulas over here. Yeah, it hasn't done it. There we go. Okay. Just as well I noticed, isn't it? Now you can all see the magic happen. Nah. Index and match formulas, that's how I do everything. Oops. Okay, that seems right. That seems right. Okay. Okay, right, there we go. So, bear in mind it's 10 points for a win. So, Stephen Bailey leads the championship by 26 points heading into San Remo. So, Steve, if you don't let Radek Borek outscore you by 6 points, you win the championship in San Remo. So if you concede less than 6 points to Radek Borek at San Remo, you've won the championship. CA2. Is that right? I think it might be. I'm going to have to take back my words. So we got 3 rounds to go. We do. We have a champion in CA2. We do. Well, there we go. Without further ado, I was wrong. I was wrong. I don't know what I got wrong in my head. But Daniel Miklovic wins the CA2 standings. I'm a little perplexed because I didn't think that was right. But yeah, it must be. Must be right. So, well done, Daniel. Champion of CA2. And that means automatic promotion to CA1 next season. Welcome to the club. Looking forward to taking part against you. Yeah, we were having a conversation earlier, weren't we, Mickey? But we did the maths wrong. But yeah, you are champion of CA2. Well done. Fantastic driving all season. We'll have a look at how you made that happen a bit later on. Okay. CA3. Sam James leads the championship by more than a rally win now. So 12 points over Marcin Kamiński. So, I mean, Sam, you can technically win the championship in San Remo. But it would mean Kamiński has to finish 5th or lower. Yes, 5th or lower, because it'll go on count back. And that's 5th in category, in kit car. And Drew would have to finish Yeah, Drew's going to have to outscore you, but from first to sixth to keep the championship going to Wales. So you do have a chance, but it's just wholly dependent on how well Kaminski does at the next rally for yourself. So you're in a very good spot here. Winning it as the lowest ranked driver in the category as well at the start of the season. That's some turnaround. Yes, but if you're good on tarmac, Sam, that's the next rally. You need a 20-point gap to win the championship, and already winning the championship, even though missing rounds, so no points change actually for CA4, but Reef Kermit is our champion still. And Mark Wilson seems to be favourite at the moment to get second place and automatic promotion for CA4 category. Okie dokie. Right, manufacturers. Wow, that's for some interesting reading, and actually I just remembered something. And doing that prevents them from scoring manufacturers' points. Okay, that makes more sense. Right, so Ford Focus, 30-point gap. They've lost points to Peugeot, but a 30-point gap in the Constructors' Championship, which is not much, believe you me. Good rally from Subaru. They edge closer just a little bit to Peugeot and a bit near 40 points to the Fords. And quite even rallies for Seat, Mitsubishi and Citroen, but the best rally of the season and the highest scoring of the round is the 7th place Subaru Impreza 98s. Fair play. Fair play. Yeah, Alan not taking part has definitely helped the Seats here. Or not helped the Seats, shall I say. But imagine, you know, if Daniil finished, Peugeot would have been miles in front. They actually would be level with the Ford Focuses, I think. Yeah. Okay. And in the kit cars, but this is by WRC points scoring. Most WRC points scored of the season for Seat Ibiza in that rally. And they have an almost unassailable lead in this manufacturer's standings from Renault, Volkswagen, Vauxhall and Ford, all of which scored points in this round. And have done for the last 3, which is good. It's good to see every manufacturer scoring points. But in the kit car standings, it swaps rounds, but it's only 7 points between the Ibizas and the Megans. That's amazing, but a brilliant rally from Seat Ibiza there to take the lead from Renault in that rally. Fantastic. But yeah, 2 wins for Seat in that rally and 1 for the Renaults. Very interesting stuff. Brilliant. Okay, right, stats then. Let's have a look at the... You can just see the amount of white space that's in here compared to the other rallies. That's mad. Okay, let's scooch over to Corsica. So, there we go. Wow. So, Daniil, 8 stage wins. Unbeatable throughout the rally until this stage here, which was the DNF stage. Stage win also for Thomas Billman, but a retirement on next, and a stage win for myself, the final stage of the rally. Okay, cool. Spain without the S, yeah. Spain was a considerably tame rally compared to this one. Okay, so the rally winner in this category was, of course, Damien Daniel, and he did it with 3 stage wins on this rally. Duarte Goncalves as Colin McRae had 2 stage wins, but a DNF on the final stage. Fahima getting 5 stage wins. All quite split up, really, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in that rally, but picking up 2nd place. And a near flawless run there from Denis Zukov. Only the 2nd stage preventing a clean sweep. And that one was taken by Simon Yovi. But look at these kit car drivers getting silver and bronze on the stages. Good job. Good job, Sam and Drew. Okay. Jabrowski with all top 3 stages throughout the rally. A very dominant rally from him. Taking the lead in the stage win tally. And tied on most rally wins of 4. But 6 consecutive wins, and then when the tyres get a little bit gambly, then gets the final stage win. And it was Samuel Ernenbro taking 1 stage win in that rally, and 2 stage wins on the trot for Evgeny Sinatov. Let's just see the CA5 drivers. So yeah, good start to the rally for, I'd say, for Oyolato. But then final 4 stages, Lee Perkins really putting in the damage there. Cracking job. Okie dokie. So I believe that's it. Yeah, that's it for the standings, stats, results. That was quite the rally, wasn't it, guys? It was, in some ways, I'm glad to see the back of it, because it was probably the most nerve-wracking rally of the season. In many ways, more than one. But, yeah, San Remo's next. I'm not going to reveal too much about it. It is at Japan. It's going to have mixed weather, but not quite like what Corsica was. Yeah. But, yeah, hoping some drivers can really fight back in the next rally. Bit of redemption for themselves in the next rally. That's probably a little bit more calm, I guess. Rightio. Guys, as always, thank you very much for all the chatters. I've lost count of how many unique chatters we've had tonight, but it's good for the algorithm, as I mentioned, so thank you very much. Good views as well tonight. What else we got going on the channel? I'll be live streaming a rally on Saturday. I'll be doing Rally Sweden in the WRC 2017 and 2021 category. That's in the WRC Gamers Club. Nothing during the week, I don't think, but on Sunday, so 6 days from now, we will be live streaming Season 2 announcements. So we'll be revealing to you what the theme of the championship will be for Season 2. We'll be providing the rallies, we'll be doing some of the rule changes, the formats. We'll be revealing all of that on Sunday. So please do make sure, you guys are following the channel. Yeah, keep an eye. It'll be around about, it'll be evening, it will, on Sunday. I'm just not quite sure what time yet. Steve, thanks very much for the comment there. Thank you very much. Very happy, albeit very lucky, but I'll take the rally win. I certainly will. Right, guys, have a good rest of night. Thank you very much for tuning in yet again. We'll see you at the next one. There's your winners and survivors. Thriving, not just surviving. There we go. See you next time, guys. Thank you very much for watching.